In the land of Canaan, there lived a young man named Joseph, the beloved son of Jacob. He was just 17 when his life took a turn that he never could have imagined. His father even gave him a beautiful robe of many colors, a sign of favor that set him apart from his brothers. That special treatment stirred envy in their hearts, but Joseph was innocent and chosen. One day, Joseph shared a dream.
I saw your sheaves bowing to mine. I also dreamt of sun, moon, and stars bowing before me.
His brothers asked,
Do you want to mean, you will reign over us?
Even Jacob was puzzled and rebuked him, saying,
Will your mother, I, and your brothers come and bow before you?
Blinded by envy, his brothers hatched a cruel plan. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were tending sheep in the fields. And so, Joseph set out in search of his brothers. But while he was still a long way off, they saw him, and began to plot against him. Though some wanted to kill him, they instead threw him into a pit. Joseph was alone, in the dark. Then they saw a caravan of Ishmaelite traders coming from Gilead.
What will we gain if we kill our brother? Let's sell him instead.
They pulled Joseph out of the pit and sold him for 20 shekels of silver. And just like that, Joseph, the beloved son, became a slave. His dreams seemed crushed. But God was still with him. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Joseph entered the household of Potiphar, where he would serve as a slave. Joseph worked with excellence, and God gave him favor. Potiphar saw that the Lord was with him. Joseph was put in charge of Potiphar's entire household. Joseph was handsome and well-built. Potiphar's wife would watch Joseph as he worked in the courtyard. One day, when she found Joseph alone in the house, she tried to tempt him into doing something improper. But Joseph refused and fled from her presence. She got angry, called the household servants and falsely accused Joseph, showing them Joseph's garment. When his master heard his wife's story, his anger burned. Joseph was innocent, yet he was thrown into prison. Joseph found himself in yet another dark place, but the Lord was still with him. Even in prison, Joseph was trustworthy. The warden put him in charge of the other inmates. One day, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker were thrown into the same prison. One night, they both had dreams and were deeply troubled. But Joseph gave them the interpretations for those dreams. The dreams turned true just as Joseph had interpreted. The cupbearer and baker were released from prison. Joseph asked for a favor from the cupbearer before he left. He said,
When all goes well with you, remember me, and show me kindness.
But he forgot. 2 years later, Pharaoh had troubling dreams that no one could explain. Then, the cupbearer remembered Joseph, and told Pharaoh about it. So Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and they brought him quickly from the dungeon.
I have heard it said you can interpret dreams.
I cannot. But God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires.
Pharaoh was amazed. He made Joseph second in command. From a slave to a ruler, Joseph was living his God-given destiny. He rode in Pharaoh's second chariot, throughout Egypt, storing grain during the years of plenty. Then, a famine so severe struck throughout the land of Egypt and Canaan. When Jacob heard that there was grain in Egypt, he sent his sons to buy some. So Joseph's brothers came and bowed down before him with their faces to the ground. Although Joseph recognized them, they did not recognize him. Then Joseph could no longer control himself, and he wept so loudly.
I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?
But his brothers were not able to answer him, because they were terrified at his presence. Joseph embraced them and wept. He brought his family to live in Egypt, where they were provided for in the land of Goshen. Eventually, their father Jacob died, and the brothers feared Joseph would take revenge. But Joseph said to them,
Do not be afraid. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good.
From the pit to the palace. Joseph's story reminds us that even in the darkest places, God is working. His faithfulness never fails, and his purpose always prevails.